What's up, dudes? FooserX here. FooserX Reacts. Let's get to it. We are going to do. We got 3 more days before I can get out of quarantine. So, got my beef jerky, got some Pringles, got some wine, and we're going to get through some reaction. We got 2014 Texas State Open doubles, HortonMurry, Gabriel, and McMillan. Yeah, man. Inside Boost videos again. We would not be here if we did not have Inside Boost videos to watch. He's checking this shit out. We cannot get better unless we are watching better. And this isn't true for anything. Like when you surround yourself with people better than you, you just become greater. And I actually have a really good personal experience of this in terms of foosball. My rollover at the time, like a long time ago, it was pretty explosive. Like I thought it was at a master level. Like not even being humble here. I did nothing but 2 to the 5. I had a good 5-row, and I didn't dig around with other shots. I just focused on the rollover. It got pretty good to the point where I just knew how to read pretty much any defense. And one of the Vegas tournaments, I started watching Billy Pappas play, and he shot the rollover completely different, very effortless, kind of like the way he held the bar on his hand, his wrist. I started mimicking that, like in pickup games, and because I was watching Billy play so much, I started to be able to shoot like that. And because I already knew how to read the defenses, I started scoring really, really well with that. So I started thinking, holy shit, like, wow, this is a really great way to shoot the shot. Like, it's very effortless, something totally different than what I was doing. So, what does that mean for us? Well, that means the only way we're going to be able to play really, really good at a master level, which is what we want, is by surrounding ourselves with masters, and we're not going to always be able to do that. We want to watch Inside Boost videos as much as we can. So always want to pimp out Jim Stevens, not just to say, hey, go watch some of his shit, but seriously, to say, dude, if you want to get a really master level game, you have to go watch Inside Foosball videos. So let's go check out Inside Foos to see how much this is going to cost us. 2014 expert, or 2014 Texas State. What is this? 2019 full season subscription for every tournament for $150. That's a lot. But for 1 year, look at this. Every single video he's ever made for $400. Holy shit. Let's check this out. The collection is no longer available on DVD. It's available on hard drive. I don't know what that means. 2,000 hours. Look at this. From 1994, 95, 96, 97. Holy shit. Look at this. 1999. Dude, I hope I'm in there. I'm not sure. But that was the year where I felt like I tripled at a major and I got second at 3,500, and I won like $3,000 because I won 2 tables. So that, I wonder if I'm in that one. Well, look, for $400 you get all this shit. Yeah, man. If you're a new player, I would be on this like like an expert on a Guppy's 5-row. Yeah, man. Like, this is how you get better. You just surround yourself with foosball. So, that said, let's get to some reactions. Go buy some videos from Jim Stevens. What do we got? We got, when I was on YouTube, this just came up. We got HortonMurry. You always want to check out Horton. He's one of the best showmen ever. He is also one of the greatest 5-rows ever. I have not seen Steve Murray play, but Brandon said he deserves a spot in the top 10 of all time, so we will see. We're going to check out Mr. Murray's game. We got KaneTmac, one of the best goalies ever, and Mr. Gabriel, who Denver is lucky enough to, he moved to Colorado, so he comes out once or twice a week, and to get his level of play, him and Romero, and they're still hungry, they're still up and coming, so they're coming out every week. So just fantastic foosball players. This is 2014, so what, 6 years ago, maybe, probably before he even moved to Colorado. So I'll be interested to see what his game looked like then, because I really feel like his game's taken a few steps forward from when he moved there. And he's definitely one of the fastest hands I've ever seen. So let's check this shit out. Since when is beating Brandon Moreland a big win? I just got to get my jabs off to the peanut gallery. Got Mr. Murray back there. Let's see what he's doing. Threw a pass down there. Fantastic grab by Horton. It's like Horton read straight instantly. Something different. T-Mac is setting up on the stripe versus setting it up on the wall, but he is taking his time. Good shot. Mr. Murray does not corral that ball like he should. Look at the... Oh, man, this is going to be a long match. But it's good because we're getting master foosball commentary. Look at Kane's defense on Horton's 5-row. Wait, hold on 1 second. Is that illegal? Because he sort of advanced it from the 2R and it went straight to Horton's 5-row. I don't know. Look at Kane's defense. He is sitting on the wall. He's dictated. Like, this is what you have to do sometimes. When you do this, and I do this a lot, we see Ryan Moore do this a lot, and you guys have to do this. When you do this, you are dictating to the other player, hey man, I am forcing you to read that hole. I'm forcing you to not work your series. I'm forcing you to do what I want. So good stuff by Kane. And then after you feel like you have imprinted that strategy on your opponent, then you can come out and start changing shit up. And that works on the 3-row as well. Yep. And Horton missed it. T-Mac instantly sets it up, taking his time. Oh my gosh. Dude, that is nasty. Wow. Check out that pass. Right off the bat, he is being very efficient here because you get 15 seconds back there. He sets it up as fast as possible, and he is reading what is happening here. And we can see, like, look at this. Now that we know he passed, like, look at what he's reading. You know, he's probably looking over here for the shots. Horton's kind of zoning him up pretty good. And he is reading this. He's reading this lane. Look at this. Look at this. And I don't know. I guess this is just chemistry because it didn't look like they touched each other. When he got it on the 2-bar, sometimes like pro masters or players will circle the ball to be like, hey man, the pass is coming. I don't think he did any of that. It was very clean, and Kane comes from the wall all the way out over here to catch that. And that wasn't a baby pass either, so I'd be curious to know, like, is that just reactions or chemistry or what? Whatever. Great grab, great pass. Oh, man. Again, go back to the 3-bar quiz video I have up there. How do we shoot on players who do not switch up their men? We look at the holes that are being open, we get a read on it, and we start working it. And Kane could have gone push side, but he reads this hole very easy, and Murray does not really cover that up at all. He doesn't bring in this guy, he doesn't throw anything tricky at him. So very easy shot for Kane. What? It absolutely was a huge hole, Mr. Stevens. As a rollover shooter, you were dialed in on something. He sees, like, this is a huge hole. I'm sorry. Yeah, man. This is a huge hole. And the fact that Kane waits deeper into the clock is even better because it's showing it's reinforcing to Steven like, hey man, you were giving me some tricky defense. I hope I get lucky here. But no, Kane is reading that short pull side. Was that long? Was it short? I couldn't tell. Yeah, man, that was short. Look at this again. This is like 3 or 4 tosses on the 5. This is what we have to do, guys, just to get a read on what our defense is doing over there. And he's getting a read of like, hey, Kane is sticking on the 5 row. Jesus Christ, look at that again. This is why we set it up and be smart. This is the chess match. He sees the zone. He's analyzing the zone. He's like, oh, this is what's open right now. Right here, some more. I will, and by doing this, eventually he will start pulling Horton off his zone, and then maybe he can score. Oh, great grab by Kane. And this is a ridiculous grab because most lanes come out here, but for him to come all the way over here to catch that, fantastic grab by Kane. Mm. Oh, look at it, hit off a couple of dudes. Look at Kane's defense here. Wall. I will just stick. I will not even move my dudes, and I do this all the time too. He probably. This is a great strategy, by the way. Ryan Moore does it. I do it. I know a lot of other players, smart players. You are forcing that dude to come out of what he's used to doing. He's used to, somebody with a good 5 is used to passing into your dudes because they know you're going to bail. You do not want to be in a position where you're chasing that person all around the table. Instead, you are dictating things. And that's what Kane's doing here. He's getting a read on what Horton is reading. And even though this is an easy pass for Horton, it's still going to pay dividends for Kane much later in the game because he's telling Horton, hey, man, I might sit here for this whole time. So next time you see me sitting here and I come out to block you, you will not know, am I really sitting here or am I going to come out here? Or if you see me sitting here, you're going to think this is open, but now I will start coming out here. So this is Kane playing the chess match, and this is like moving that first pawn. Like, yep, I will do this here, and you won this pass, but this sets me up for future pass attempts. Great read by Horton. And because I played Kane a lot, and I've also played Horton, and I've also played Robbie and Spear. I played some of the best 5 rows in the world. My personal opinion is when you know somebody has fast walls, you take that away, just like what Kane was doing. It's like, hey man, I'm gonna make you beat me with the lane. That's how you block. That's how you block some of these players. And against Kane, I would do the same thing. I would be like, man, if I'm gonna go head to head with you with the 5 row, I'm going to make you beat me on those lanes. Because he's got a nice weave, he's got fast walls, but he also has a weave and he has like a brush down fast wall. And Kevin Romero kind of has the same series. Robbie has that. And you just want to take away the strengths and make them beat you with the lane. Yep, just like that. He's weaving it, he releases that wall up here, and if you were not ready for it, I mean, that's an easy pass. So, good pass by Kane. Go take a timeout. He is very cool up there. I don't know why you would take a timeout at 2-1, but You take a timeout whenever you guys feel like it. Again, we are not seeing anything different from Mr. Murray. And from my 3-bar quiz video, how do you shoot on a defense that's not switching it up very much? You pick one hole and you wait on it. What are the holes that Murray's giving? Well, he has not changed it up from last time. He's giving you the push side. He's giving that short pull side. And I don't know if he went short pull side or long. I can't tell. It is just shaking his head again. Like, what the fuck, man? Why this rollover stuff should be illegal? This is shenanigans. Nobody should be able to shoot a rollover. So now he's shooting up for the pull. Last time he set up for the push, he's got some push kicks. I don't know, man. This is not, if he was not one of the best, like Brandon said, he's like a top 10 player of all time. If we didn't know who he was, we just saw somebody setting it up differently, we would probably nitpick on that. So we'll see what kind of 2-bar that dude has. But if you're doing this, you're not allowing yourself a chance for the chess match to develop, which is what KaneTmac is doing. KaneTmac. Boom. And we probably always FooserX. He shot a push. That's what Steve Murray's doing. Oh man, that is not what Steve Murray's doing. KaneTmac is establishing the pull. He is waiting 10 seconds at least around there to shoot. He is looking at the defense. He understands what is being given to him. He decides to change things up to maybe open up what his options are. And we can see that Mr. Murray is giving up this long. You know, this is there. All he's got to do is tuck this before this guy. Boom. Huge. Outstanding shot by KaneTmac. And again, that's why I do not like this defense at all for somebody shooting the push out of there. I like the standard because this gives you the whole this half of the goal. It also gives you the split here. Well, great shot. Yeah, man. He's got one possession. And Jim says noticeably quiet. Yeah, man. That's how you shut up trash talkers and showmans and recoilers. You just beat them on the table, so they don't have it in them because they can't get on a roll. They can't pump themselves up because you are dominating the table. And that's what Gabriel and KaneTmac is doing. It's 4-1 right now. Great grab. Fantastic shot by Gabe. Mr. Kane. That short pull side was there. I feel like Kane is reading that, but at the same time, you have to be a smart enough player to say, like, you know what? We were up 4-1. I'm not going to keep milking the same hole. That way, he would eventually adjust to this, and we would hit a reset on his entire defense. Things would change. And instead, I will look for a different hole that I also know is there, and he's timing this hole, and he crushes that long push side. And it was huge, too. Why is it huge? Because we know it's huge because we know nothing tricky is coming up when you never cross over your bet. 3-bar quiz video. And we go over this all the time in our reactions. When you see a defense like this, all 3 holes are going to be there. You just have to wait on it and be patient. Don't anticipate. And that's what Kane does. He's like, he waits for him to fully abandon the hole, and he takes that easy shot there. So good shit. And Horton's like, man, come on, dudes. You got to do something different. Oh man, great defense from Kane. He's doing what we just talked about. When you play these type of players, you take away their best option, which is the wall, make them beat you somewhere else. And that's what Kane's doing. Oh, and he gets a steal. Like, you can't do what Kane did. Like, remember the first time where he just sat on the wall and didn't move? That's not good enough. You got to sit on the wall, but then you got to buzz out every now and then. And then you get a guessing game. And you can get into anybody's head here. I don't care how good they are. If that's your strategy, you take away the best option, and you come out when you think they might go. No, that is not good foosball from Kane. That's the equivalent of that last match that we reacted to, where me and Bidet play, where I tossed it from the 5th man to the 1st man and passed it. That's what Kane basically just did. He's like, oh, this works all the time. I'm not even really reading. This guy is sitting on the wall, but I'm going to hit in there because I'm not reading. This is just what I'm used to being open. Not good foosball from King right there. But it's all right, man. I guarantee you he probably hit like a million of these passes on tons of other players, and that's why he thinks that might be there. Oh, man. This is not good 2-bar action or a good defense from one of the best players ever, Mr. Moreland. No, he's still not making him. He's still forcing him to go lane. No, man. That was a good block, but look at that hole is still huge for Kane, that short pull side. And Kane's reading that very well. He just goes middle instead of like a little bit short middle. But all right. So sometimes you got to do that just to make this guy stay in his defense. Oh man, almost a good grab. Got T-Mac up there, taking his time. Oh man, not a good turnover. But again, you're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some. But as long as you're smart, there's no shame in turning it over. Just be smart with it, and that's what T-Mac is doing. He got a couple passes to Kane, but that wasn't good. And now we see Horton finally kind of like pumping himself up. Look at Horton's 5-0. Great pass, but Horton is getting after him 5-0. And it was there. Like he's read both of these right. He picked that hole right, and he barely missed it. He hit it middle and got blocked, and he also picked the push side. It was huge, but he missed it. But Kane is taking his time, and he's reading the hole. He's reading that defense very well. Oh man, 2 turnovers in a row. And 3 if you count the block. So 3 blocks, 2 turnovers from T-Mac. Oh, we get some trash talk. Yep. It's absolutely fantastic from Mr. Horton. This is what we talk about all the time is like, dude, we are in the second game here. Let's just put some heat on the other team and see if they change their game. Like, it's not about just winning this one ball. It's once you show that, hey man, I'm right at your heels, you have to start playing better. You start putting the pressure on them, they have to start changing their game. And I like this from Horton because we saw that from the Ryan Moore Diao versus Colin Cole Caius match. Bobby Diaz did not start talking shit to Caius until the very last game when Ryan Moore started taking over and the game was out of reach, which I'm not a fan of. Like, if you're gonna talk shit, man, talk shit when it's even up. And this is what Horton is doing. He's talking shit, like, not just in this match when it's even or close, but they lost the first game. And he's already running his mouth. So that's what I like to hear is you're putting yourself on the line by talking smack, you're pumping yourself up, you're being vocal when the outcome is still up in the air. So love it. I wish more players did this. I guarantee you if more players did this, like, this would be a bigger sport on ESPN. Like if Tony or Gumbson or Robbie, and I can't imagine Robbie doing this. He's such a nice guy. But if more players or Todd started doing this at the World Cup, started talking a little bit of smack, that would get some run. Like, that might get some run on, like, the Sports Center top 10 or something. And that's all you need is to showcase to the world that this is a very aggressive sport. There is room for trash talking. There is room for showboating and smack talking. And this is more just like Horton's, like, you can tell, oh man, I'm past my prime. I wish I was still in my prime. I wish I was still playing and touring a lot to bust up these young players. But I will still channel my young trash talking. My young trash talking days. T-Mac. Oh, that's fantastic, dude. Even if you get blocked, you're still talking trash, and that just goes to show how much confidence you have in your own game. Again, we are not waiting until the game's decided before we talk shit. We will talk shit and start the showmanship. And I do this too, man. It's fun. It's just fun. It also gets in the head of the other opponent, and if you lose, so what? It means your opponent was able to withstand your trash talking. But this is what Horton's doing right off the bat. No, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, ref. Nobody's disrespecting anybody. Nobody's getting out of line here. They're just having fun. The ref is just like, I don't know, man. This is my first reffing match after the exam that I took. I'm supposed to keep things under control. Yeah, he's saying like, dude, I just did that shot because I had to mix it up so you didn't get a read on what I really want to do because I really do see the holes in your game, but sometimes you got to just do shit you don't want to do and get blocked so you're able to capitalize on that long term. And we'll see if that's true. Yeah, I just shot that shot and let you block it because I wanted to make you block it, so now you don't know what I'm doing. Oh, dude. Come on, referee, shut up. This is not the Kane that I know. I feel like the Kane now would be a little chippy back. Is this Lexi over there? Definitely looks like Lexi. I wonder if this is when they met before they got married. Graham. Yep. Still trying for the same hole. Still huge. He is just mis-executing that hole. Oh man, great D, T-Mac. And this is another defense that we talk about, and that is you stay in the standard and you kind of like move out and you fake that you're racing, but then when they go, you have the discipline within you to not move. And that's what T-Mac did right there, is he kind of showed him defense, but then when Johnny went, he did not move his men, he didn't jump, he stayed very still, and Johnny hit into his men. So chess match, this one goes to T-Mac. Yep, doesn't jump. Oh man, another turnover. Great steal from from Horton. Well, great defense from T-Mac. This is why. I mean, this is the same wall we saw against Frederico. He is throwing up a crazy wall on Horton, just like he did against Rico. So fantastic blocking. And at this point, I don't know, if I was Steve, I'd probably call a timeout. I would lean into Horton and be like, dude, T-Mac is throwing up some good defense on you. How do we shoot this? And I wish I shot a pull so I'd have more confidence getting pull shot advice, but I don't. But I know how I would shoot if this was a rollover defense, that's for sure. I'm going to pause to take some wine. If this was a rollover defense, what would we be saying? This is absolutely a defense that we see in the quiz, and that is like a slow crossover, kind of like Robbie, but a little bit slower. Robbie's faster, and that is you wait for your hole. You don't get sucked into the defense, and that's what's happening here. Is Horton is getting sucked into T-Mac's defense, and instead you pick your hole and then you go. And that's not what Horton's doing. Oh man, we're coming up on like 5 or 6 turnovers, not just to the 5, but to the 3-row. Like he got 2 passes, he got the score in the first game, but we're talking like 5 or 6 turnovers to Horton's 3-row from T-Mac, and that is not good. And this is why I do not. And this is why, guys, I do not like setting it up on the strike. It very severely limits your options. You really got to start working in other options in terms of pull kicks or brush downs to this one. And T-Mac is not doing that, so it's like the lanes are closing up on him. But you set it up on the wall, and all of a sudden you get sprays and shorts and wall passes. So we will see what else happens. Again, very quick shot right into T-Mac's man. I feel like T-Mac did not even have a chance to bait him for anything. So not a good possession right there. Whoa. T-Mac is the greatest goalie to ever play? Wow, I did not know that. I knew he was up there. And this should be something for everybody playing. Like, hey, you don't have it in you to be one of the best forwards out there, just sit in goal. Master the goalie position, because it is not as hard as playing front. Like, just get a great 2-bar, learn your defensive skills, and see where that takes you. Oh, man. We got a lot of turnovers, and now we're getting miss hits. I don't know what's going on with T-Mac. Good block from Kane. Taking away the wall again. Oh, man. That's what you got to do, man. Man up and hit that lane. Oh. Yeah. Yep, really good commentary from Jim. Like, make him go somewhere other than straight. God, man. All three holes are huge, and Kane picks that same hole. I think this is. Look at Lexi. Like, googly eyes over there. Oh, my future husband. Oh, man, almost a great steal. Oh, quick shooting is. I would say he's not really shooting smart either. He's got the Don the Dragon Wilson syndrome, where he is quick shooting. He's not even making T-Mac work. He's not understanding what T-Mac is doing to him. So even masters, like, this is why we need to practice from a beginner on, sitting on the ball, waiting on the ball, understanding what defense is given to us. Because even masters, pros, experts, like, everybody falls victim to letting the moment, like, falling into the moment, letting the defense dictate what's happening. No, man, we want to be in charge all the time. And that's what Spreedman is doing for the most part, is dictating everything. Great grab. Yeah, like, you gotta call timeout. Oh, like, man, I think, does T-Max, does a T in T-Max stand for Tracy or turnover? Because he is turning the ball over a lot, and now he just got stuffed. Yeah, you might be blocking good, T-Mac, but your two-bar is killing you guys. Because Kane is shooting good up there. He missed two because he just didn't execute right, but he is reading it right. He's passing decent enough. Good save from T-Mac. Oh, tried to force the wall, turnover, great steal. Great. I mean, this is look at this pass from Horton, the 2 to the 2. He does not use this in 2 games, and it's huge, but he does not catch it. Kane does not even come off the wall. This 2 to the 2 is huge, but it's so huge that Horton misexecutes. Oh my gosh, another fucking turnover. I lost count, but we are absolutely in the double digits right now, and we're only in game 2. So, like, what? Maybe Kane should be calling timeout. I don't know, man. Does this happen to the master level? Because I know if I'm playing expert, my partner's fucking doing this. My partner's turning it over when I'm playing sort of decent. He's giving Horton 2 or 3 chances per possession. Dude, I call timeout. Be like, dude, I don't know what you're doing, but you need to stop turning over the fucking ball. Oh man. Yeah, man. I don't think I had T-Mac in my top 10, and I will not have my T-Mac in the top 10. I don't think I've ever seen Robbie do this. Yeah, Robbie is quickly climbing the ranks in my top 10 of all time as a goalie, and because he has singles titles and forward titles. Yeah, there's a 2 to the 2. That's huge. Oh man, look at this defense from T-Mac. And this is Johnny getting sucked into Tracy's defense. So how do we beat a defense that's smart like this? Well, we pick one corner. If he's not going to cross it over, we pick one corner or whatever, and we don't anticipate. We don't read the defense. We don't give them a chance to suck us in. We shoot what we want, and that's not what Horton is doing. Horton is reading the defense and getting sucked into all kinds of traps that T-Mac is doing. But like, let's just say, hey man, we want to go straight. Let's read this. Straight's there, 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 there. Let's go back. Let's look at the middle now. We're gonna wait on the middle till it's there. There. Oh, not there. 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 Oh man. Look at that. Yeah, man. You just have to wait on your hole versus letting the defense dictate to you. You're in the wrap. Yeah, and this is what I like from when you know the rule. Like this is what I like. When you know the rules, it's very simple. Versus sometimes people think they know the rules, and then it becomes a clusterfuck. Yeah, simultaneous. But absolutely, it goes back to Horton's theory. Everybody's these guys are like chipper chattering over here, and T-Mac and Kane are so quiet. I don't even think Kane has said anything this whole match. What the fuck, Kane? Yeah, man, I would be chippy. That's what makes this game fun. Oh man, T-Mac throwing up the wall. Oh man, that's the tic tac that I'm used to him playing with. The Tampa Bay tic tac. He's like, I got your Tampa Bay tic tac right here. Boom. God, he is dialed in on Murray's defense. Oh man, look at that. Multiple tosses, working the clock, and then off the wall, gets super far off the wall and then back to the wall. I mean, this. How do you block that? That ball is right here, and he brushes it down. Fantastic pyro. Oh man, not even taking his time. Yeah, very sloppy on the rerun. Boom. Yeah, he's getting like 3-1 possessions to Kane on the three rod. Yeah, good call. Like, you're getting blocked way too many times to not call timeout. Yeah. There you go. And that's what you got to do. Maybe that's what you have to do. Maybe T-Mac is giving you defense for the whole goal, and you got to pucker him up by shooting nothing but straights, and then that'll pay off later on. Oh man, Kane crushes up. Oh, the same fucking defense. We're talking 2 games in a row, same short pull side, same pull or push. Both of those holes are huge, and Kane kind of fucks it up by tapping it, but he's reading that defense very well. Another turnover from T-Mac. Holy shit. Yeah. Oh man, I got the hiccups from drinking wine. I would call timeout, and I would talk to Horton too, because you are living with the ball, Mr. Horton, and you are not putting on a good 3-bar performance. It's not like you have a raceable pull. This is somebody in your head and like forcing you into dumb shit. Boom. Yeah, good shit, man. Let's have some pressure. Let's see how a team reacts now that we are playing well. I'm laughing because like when you get older, you just get this like little beer belly. Like hey, we stop working out, we start drinking, we start enjoying life, we start enjoying the fruits of our labor. Like Kane's over here all slim and trim, but I'm trying to picture Kane like at Johnny's age, a little bit of a pooch. We'll see. Come on, Kane. Man, I have no idea who wins this match. Look at Johnny's Fibro. This is what I was telling you guys. When you're playing against a good Fibro, you just be fast. You stay on your holes, just make it faster, so you're forcing that other player to basically guess. And that's what look at Horton. He is not in no man's land. He is either in the lane or the wall, but he's going very, very fast. And this is why when you were tic-tacking around, you don't really have a chance to go wall at any point in time. If that makes sense to you guys. That's why the brush is very, very powerful. Sometimes when you have the stick series, but you are on the ball, like Ryan Napton, Spear, Pappas, Ryan Moore, because that ball is glued to your 2-man, you can go wall at any point when you see them buzzing. And when you're moving it around, you can't do that. And yeah, fantastic defense from Horton. Yeah, and that's what Stevens is saying the same thing we just got through talking about before that. by forcing T-Mac into blocking the straight, by dictating, not by getting sucked into shit T-Mac's throwing up, by dictating what we want to do, we have now opened up the goal to do what we want to do. So this is smart foosball, guys, and this is not something rookies know or amateurs or even experts and pros. This is something you know when you are a master player, and I know this because even though I wasn't a master, I fucking shot a rollover every single time I got it in pickups and all that. So you start to understand how to have that sixth sense on the 3-rod, how to force people into getting what you want to get. You have to have these game plans. You have to have, go take my 3-bar quiz video. You have to have those strategies versus stepping up to the table and reading defenses, which is what we do when we are not playing a lot, when we are just sort of not approaching this game from a strategy point of view. A little bit of slop, but I will do the same. I will root slop in all day long. Let's look at Kane's defense here, because Kane's got the right idea where you stay on the wall and you come out to lane. But look at the defense, the difference between Kane's defense versus Horton's. Horton's is super fast. Like because he is going lane and wall and he's alternating speed, his speed is very, very high, but he's still alternating positions. He's not in no man's land. Versus what Kane is doing, and Kane is still moving, but he is still being very easy to read in terms of holes. Let's just look at lane versus wall. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, like just by me saying boom, and like the holes are huge, and he is not in and out. So that's a lot easier for Horton to read. So moral of this story is look at Horton's a lot of effort on the 5-0D, but it's paying off versus Kane's defense. And you want to mix it up some, but you want to have Horton's defense for the better 5-0s out there. Oh, waits for the crossover, I think. He's been milking that short. The short is, or the straight's still there, but he goes long. Good shit. And I don't think Lexi's looking at the game at all. She's just looking at Kane. When are you going to propose to me? Look at Horton's the action on this 5-0D. That's what you guys want to have. Looking back at this whole match, we still got to. Goddamn, this is gonna be a long fucking video, but that's all right. This is probably the biggest lesson here. You play people with great 5-0s, expert and above. This is the type of action you have to have. You can't be lazy. You can't try to get in their heads. You have to have this fast 5-0 defense to force them into guessing. And that's what Kane is having to do here, because Horton is being so fast here. He's forcing Kane into guessing, and Kane will have to make that adjustment. And usually, too, when you're moving, you're giving up the wall an awful lot, and you have to have your 5-0 in a position to be able to do a fast wall at any point in the clock. Yep. Horton's moving a little too fast, and Kane takes that fast wall. Oh, takes that huge, like, we're 3 games into this, and Mr. Murray has not changed up his defense pretty much at all. And I feel like the only reason Kane has not even scored 100% is because he's just mis-executing, but he is reading this defense very well. Well, if it went to the same hole it's been going to. Oh man, the 2. Oh man, he wanted to go long, and it was huge. He just mis-executed that. Look at that huge long. Oh man. Yeah, look at Johnny's zone. When you're moving this fast, you're kind of making that person guess. It's not just a guess, it's an educated guess, but it's still a guess. Versus people who move slow and they stick in their zones, which makes it easier to shoot on. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, T-Mac got one score, 2 passes in the first game, and he has been a turnover machine since then. Which it's too bad because Kane is shooting very well. He is clearly dialed in on Murray's defense. And he, let's just say, yeah, I guess 5 rows probably heads up. I think Horton's winning it, but not by much. But he is getting a shit ton of turnovers from T-Mac. And that's why they're winning. Garbage. Who's this tasty tart? She's probably married. Fucking alcohol. Hawaii and rain and quarantine and alcohol. It's all good. Come on, Kane. Man up. It's the grab. Would we consider that good foosball? I don't know. It's kind of like you. This is just like somebody who can execute very, very well, but you're reading very, very fast. Not a big fan of what's happening on Kane's 5-0 right now, but he gets the rebound. You just want to have more control than that. But again, give it really. Yeah, I might take that back. Give it up to Johnny because he is so fast. He is forcing Kane into guessing, and Kane guessed wrong, but he still gets the rebound. This is actually, I think, the more that I think about it, yeah, this is Johnny's really fast-paced 5-0, which is beating Kane. And this is the downfall of when you have one of these tic-tac weave series, you're not able to pass whenever you want versus the brush where you're hovering over it, you're waiting for it, you're hovering, and then you go at any point. This is, you just have to hope the timing is there. So we're getting a good 5-0 battle here, a good look at how you guys want to pass when you're beginners. Like, how do you want to shape your series? Because this, you know, what Tony has, this tic-tac action that both these dudes have, it looks flashy and it's a lot of fun, but there's a drawback to that. And the drawback is you are not able to take the hole when it's there. So that's all I have to say about that, Mr. Gump. And we're barely halfway here. This is going to be one of our longest videos. That's all right, man. I'm not going anywhere. Nope. Not really. Not really. He's maybe in the beginning. He's going faster, but he's still not crossing over. He is giving up maybe the different holes, and this is up to Kane to wait on it to say, has he adjusted yet? Yep, he did adjust. Yeah, he adjusted his speed, but the same holes were there. I think if Kane would have went short pull side or push, it still would have been there. No, I don't think that was great blocking either. That was just give it up too, though. I think by Mr. Murray. Oh, look at Faye, a young Faye. Huh. I love watching old videos. Pretty cute back then. By having Mr. Murray change his speed, I think it changed Kane's shooting. So that's why he got blocked, or didn't read it the same way. But his defense is still the same. Oh man, what a block! Oh, I mean, what a grab! Block. Oh, another missed execution. Come on, Kane. Oh man, good grab. A little hit and hope action on the 5-0. I still think, for me, I think this is hit and hope 5-0. Like when you're going that fast. Yeah, like he read that right. Um, we'll see. Oh, we'll take it. What, Kane? I mean, I guess he misexecuted a couple. I mean, yeah, you could say in terms of blocking, but eh. Kane is reading that very well though. If again for me, like I don't give a fuck if it misexecutes. I just care if I read the hole right because that's what's most important is beating that other player in the mental chess match. And that's why I don't really. That's why I never say I'm sorry. That's why Kane, I don't know, but Kane did not apologize for anything. He's just like, dude, this is foosball. We're at war here. As long as you're reading it right, you can cut it back. You can slop it in, whatever. If you read the hole right, you won. Boom, there it is. He is he is dialed in on that the long hole now. He's waiting for it, and he has read it right the past few times. He just has not executed it. So we will see what Mr. Gabriel is made out of here now that it's 3-3, and this is third game. So this is a huge game. This is a huge point right here to go up 4-3. Come on, Kane. Oh, this is what you do not want to do to somebody weaving. Force them to beat you when they're doing fast runners and shit. Force them to beat you with lanes. But it's hard. Like, that's where the deception is. All right. If I were Johnny, I would get back there. Because Murray is not giving good defense. And Kane is absolutely dialed. For 3 games straight, Kane is dialed in on Mr. Murray's defense. Yes, it's all right. Push side's huge. I did not get in there, but let's see what happened there. I felt like the push side was the good read. Did he just not execute it? I think, yeah, he just waited a little bit too long to give Murray a chance to sit on the push. But those holes are there. I think Kane is dialed in on both those holes. I would not. It's easy to sit up here and nitpick, but Kane is picking the right holes every single time. And what happens over here? Murray shits one in. Yeah, yeah, man. Like some people like tap the table like that's sloppy. I'm sorry. No, man, fuck that. This is all is fair and love and foosball, and Horton is getting pumped up with slop. Love it, love it. Let's see what Mr. Gabriel's made out of. Yep. Another wall pass. You cannot give them to him. It's all right, man. I felt like that was the first bad shot of the entire match because I would still be forcing that middle, the short middle, and push side. yeah, man. Looking at this game objectively, T-Mac is. Oh man, you gotta corral that slow fucker. Give it up to Mr. Murray. He has finally adjusted his defense. He is moving it a lot faster. The defense is the same, but he's still going faster. The holes are still there, and this is up to Kane to make that adjustment, to take a little bit more time to understand what's being open. Not a good turnover. Don't tap it around. Yeah, not a fan of that. Especially when the holes have not changed. You just have to hit them better. Oh, dude, fucking Horton is a stud. Look at that fucking up. Multiple tosses. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. Crushes. I mean, that is a fucking stick pass, but not really because it's the brush. And Kane is up there, but he passes that very high up. He crushes it, which means like even if Kane has fast motion, it's fast enough to get through there. So Horton is a stud. That pass is only a stud can make that pass. Great shit. Oh my god, he read that hole so huge. The short. So huge was there. Look at that. he is reading that standard short, and he just misses it. Even the masters misexecute. This is why you guys got to do reps. Oh shit, Mr. Murray! Boom. He drags it over once, and then he drags it over again. Same exact, same takeoff, same everything. Only instead, he drops that bomb, so he lures T-Mac off that short hole and Kane. Fantastic shot by Mr. Murray. I love these long matches because that first game and a half I was kind of down on Mr. Murray. Like he dropped from maybe top 10 of all time according to Mr. Moreland down to like probably top 30. Like I did not see anything in this dude's game to warrant him being high on any list. And now he has made adjustments. He is locking Kane down. And he is not turning the ball over like T-Mac is, and he just got this game winner. So he has pushed himself out back up to. I don't think I put him top 20 of all time. This is my first time watching Mr. Murray, but he's putting himself in the conversation. I mean, I'd be willing to accept Dallas players' arguments on why he is one of the best ever after this performance. So good stuff, Mr. Murray. I'm very, old timer. I'm very impressed by this. Good stuff, Steve Murray. God, we still got a long way to go. Oh man, got a long way to go, dudes. Who's still with me here? Like an hour into this marathon. Oh, T-Mac. God, what kind of young Faye looks there. Oh man, nasty. Super nasty. Brush down. Boom. Yeah, and exactly what Mr. Stevens just said is Horton has not been touring. He doesn't tour. He doesn't practice. To just come out of the gate and you're playing against players who play this, who like Kane's up and comer. He's playing this game on a weekly basis. T-Mac's touring all the time, and this is why Horton is a top 10 player of all time, because like he doesn't even show up for a year and he could just show up and still compete with all these players. So that's how good Horton is. There's very few players like Horton out there that could do that. Spear, Lafredo, Horton, Yor. Again, another wall pass you were giving to Kane. Yeah, not a fan of tapping it. Yeah, I feel like Kane is coming off of the easy game plan. Good, because, yeah, man, Murray has not changed his defense. He changes the speed, but Kane just needs to keep shooting what he has been shooting. He's starting to get sucked into Steve's defense versus him dictating things. Look at Horton's defense. I mean, in terms of trying to clear this ball, like when you're fast like this, like you know which holes you want to cover, and you're in and out very, very fast, it is very hard to pass or shoot on. What's there? I feel like this like little slider long is there. It doesn't look like the square long is there. Yeah, this like long, this slider long is there. Great grab. Come on, Kane. Yep. Where'd that go? Yep. Went long. Looked like Murray has adjusted his defense to maybe a little bit faster, tightening it up some, and Kane went long. Do we like this? No. Maybe, I don't know. I feel like Kane is playing good. T-Mac's blocking decent. Boom. that was a sick up. And this is, a lot of people think, I want to play Tony Spybro. No, man. Benjamin, look at this. He's got a back and forth, the Tampa Bay toss, Tampa Bay dribble, back and forth here, but you can also go into a brush, and he crushes that up. T-Mac commits. Whoa, what do we expect to shoot? What's the outcome we think here? Kane has not blocked Horton. Horton has not seen Kane. I guess this could go either way. We could say like Kane is giving him a different defense, but at the same time, you could say Horton is probably licking his chops like, ooh, phew, I've been shooting against T-Mac for 20 years, and now I get to shoot on somebody new, so let me rework my entire series. Like, this is Horton dictating shit. Yep, exactly. Oh my God. Dude, I mean, let's count this, guys. How many lanes has Kane hit in this match? I don't hear anybody. Raise your hand. He is still going wall. But again, like I guess they're winning or they're not worried, but Horton is giving him too much credit. And this is what you guys got to do. Is you guys have to know, okay, you had a couple of these in a row. I'm going to make you beat me somewhere else. And what I said in the beginning is I played Kane enough to know, like, do not give him these little runner walls all day long. Make him, not just him, but anybody, make them beat you with the lane. Make them start thinking. Make them have a game plan. You can't just give them freebies here by hovering in no man's land, which is what Horton is giving Kane freebies to make this match close. God, that push side is so fucking huge. So is the middle. Yeah. And that hole is there. Like, that's not a horrible shot from Kane. You just have to not anticipate and you have to execute. You have to wait for Murray to fully abandon that hole. He is absolutely giving you this push side. Because I don't think Kane's hit one push side. Yeah, man. I would fucking smoke some bulls push sides. Great grab by T-Mac. Great shot by T-Mac. Man, fuck you, Stevens. That is not outstanding defense. I'll fucking blow that defense up. There you go. That's his first lane in like 3 games, and he does not execute. And he's talking smack against you. What did he say? Well, I can't help it. We got rookies. Is he calling Kane and T-Mac a rookie or the refs a rookie? I don't know. Good steal from Horton. Oh, I thought it was a good, sort of a good read from T-Mac too. Oh, fantastic call. That's what you got to do, guys. Like, pressure's on. This is a huge point. I think it's 3-3 maybe. And you're scoring good, but you're getting blocked. It's a match. Like, this is when it matters. Like, call timeout. Like, come up with a game plan. Like, how do I want to shoot on this defense? Do I want to dictate things? Do I want to wait on a certain hole? What is my game plan here? So, good shit from Horton. Oh, this is Mr. Spreeman. We're waiting the final, like waiting the winners of this. Love it. Oh man, that is a great straight. But it looked like T-Mac had some, like he was not wanting to give up some straights, but oh man, he just read it perfect. He's sort of shaking his head like, yeah, like the timing might have been perfect, but I don't know if that was the best read because it was super tight. But at the same time, when you are focused on the hole you want to shoot, you're going to read it really, really good. That's why we want to take a timeout and dictate shit. So, yep, great shot by Horton. Oh, another fucking wall. Man. I don't even know where that went. Oh man, again, check this shit out. Like he is not doing his normal stick series, the Tampa Bay toss. He's doing a brush series, one toss, two, off the wall, boom, from like super high up. And because he's doing multiple tosses, he has that high speed. How do you not follow the ball? I mean, that's great pass by Horton. Oh no, not gonna take his time. Come on, man. No more walls. Force Kane to go lane. And he does. He's like, nope, I'm done giving you easy walls. And Kane cannot hit the lane. Oh, man. Almost a good pass from Mr. Murray. Great grab. Oh, man. God, look at that. Off the wall, multiple tosses. Great defense from Kane. Taking his time. Love it. Great grab. Oh, that's all right, man. The pressure is a big moment. Oh, yeah. I don't even know where he wanted to go with that. Oh, there it is. Big Daddy. You do not throw that. This is why we don't throw out Big Daddy. Look at this. Great capture here. This is why we don't throw out Big Daddy very early. We save it for a big point. And that was a huge point. Fucking monster point to go up 4-3. I'm desperate. Not really. He's passing very, very well. Oh, Kane. Oh, it's all right, man. The pressure is. This is why. Hey, man, let's put some pressure on the other team. When you start playing well, like you start putting pressure on that other team, and we've seen this from rookies all the way up to pro masters. Um, the moment is too big for them. Oh, and this is a fucking pit bull over here. This is pro master. I've been sitting, not playing for years. Tony Spreedman's winning shit, but I've been doing other shit in life. But make no mistake, I am better than everybody on tour right now. Let me show you what my 5-bar used to look like. And this is what his 5-bar used to look like right here. He would dribble and just go lane or wall. That's what his 5-bar used to look like, and now he's doing brush, and now he's doing other shit because it's a little bit easier and less intense. That's what his 5-bar used to be every possession, if you can imagine that. Benjamin, that's what your 5-row could be when you tic-tac it and you're just like boom, boom, boom. That's what his 5-row used to be when I saw it play. So he is a fucking great white shark. He is smelling blood in the water. Kane choked it up to his 5-row, and he went into just channeled his like Johnny Horton from 20 years ago, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, he is fucking confident. And now he's like overly confident. And still not taking his time right there. Oh man, grab. Let's go, Kane. I mean, good call from Kane. Like, we need to slow this shit up. Make sure I don't do anything dumb. Oh, squeak it in there. God, give it up to Murray. Mr. Murray, like, he got blasted that first game. I still think his defense is easy looking. He's still not changing it up, but he changed up the speed. But he has blocked Kane really well these past few games. He's not turning it over. He's not dropping bombs. He's not passing, but he is not being dumb. God, and again, look at that fucking wall pass from like off the wall, way up here, still doing down. And he is reading that. He's waiting for Kane to go into motion. So we are getting a showmanship of 5-bar work from Horton. More straights. Yeah, dudes. That was a really good match. I mean, it was long. I don't think a lot of people are going to be watching this anymore, but we got some good shit. We had Mr. Horton coming into his own in terms of he got worked that first game, but you saw him start slowly picking up steam, just gradually in that match. He was just getting stronger and stronger on the 5-row and the 3-row. He was dictating things. And Mr. Murray was back there. He got some improvements on his defense. So really, that was a lot of. God, that was a fucking long match. I don't think anybody's going to watch that whole match. But there's some good shit in there, from 2 bars to 5-row defense to dictating holes and all that shit. So congrats to them. That was a tough match. And what was that? 6 years ago? I know Kane's a lot better. T-Mac's better. So good stuff, man. A lot of fun reacting to master level foosball.